Hey y'all, it's Cara from Shaka Gurus, and today we're going to go over part 2 of our WordPress Essentials for Elementor series. What this entails is us adding a header and footer to our website using WordPress with Elementor. So as you can see, I'm in the dashboard, and the first thing we're going to do here is create our menu for our website. On the far left, we're going to go to Appearance, then Menus. Now here, we're going to create our first menu, so we need to give it a name. So I'm going to call mine Main Menu. All right. Here, we can display it automatically to the header because that's where we want the header, the menu to go, or and footer. You can check these if you like. And I'm going to select Create Menu. So menu has been updated at the top. You see this main menu has been updated. So now we need to add the items that are going to be in the menu. So here we have about and global styles that are most recent, but I don't see my home and I want to add home to the menu. So I'm going to click on view all. And then I'm going to select the 2 pages I want in my menu, which are home and about. So I click home and about and then add to menu. Now I can see the home and about are here. So at the bottom, you want to save menu and you'll get a notice that says main menu has been updated. So we're good on main menu. Now, the next part, we want to go to the Elementor Theme Builder. So on the far left, go to Elementor Theme Builder. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to select header, the first option. You select header and then it's going to take you into the editor interface so that we can choose the header that we want to work with. By default, Elementor will give you some templates to choose from, which I think is the easiest way to choose one of the layouts that you like, and then you can modify it as you see fit. I think this one, let me just take a quick peek. Yeah, this is like the exact layout that I want. So once you find the one that you want, you just at the top right, you select Insert and then Apply. So the settings will be applied to your site, and it has the template here. I'm going to change the logo. So right now, when I select logo on the left, it has the site logo over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select change site logo, and I'm going to choose our actual logo here. So you see site logo and it has this default. I'm going to choose the image. So now that we have the logo, I'm going to save changes. And then I have a prompt to go back to the editor. So I'm going to hop back into the editor so I can edit the rest of the header. All right. Now my menu is kind of small. I actually want it a little bigger. So I'm going to click on the logo again, and then I'm going to go to style. And this just lets you know if you want to change the sizing of the logo. You have different ways you can do it. You can manipulate the settings here. What I'm going to do is increase the height. So increasing the height makes our logo bigger here. So let's just take it up to 80. And I'm cool with that. Now we have the menu. So the menu here, I kind of want this text to be a little bit bigger too. So I select the menu and then it automatically chose my main menu. That was the only menu I had added. But if you have multiple menus added, you see that here. So you go to style. And then for me, like I said, I want the font size to be a little bit bigger. So for typography, just click the edit pencil. And then you can just increase the size. So let's just go up to maybe like 25. Here, I also want the hover to change. So under style for typography from normal, when it hovers, I want to change that color. So it'll be a little more noticeable. So what I'm going to do here is for text color, I'm going to click on the color box they have set, and I'm actually going to change it to something brighter. Like let's do this orange here. I'm going to change this. All right, so now when you hover over, you see that it goes orange, but I also want the pointer color to change to orange as well. So let me change that out as well. Okay, so now when they hover, the home and about will go orange. Now the last piece here is the call to action. So I want the call to action to also reflect my branding. So I click on the button. It's listed contact us, which is fine. So here you can either manually type in the URL that you want the contact button or the call to action button to go to, or In this case, because it is a page that would exist on my site, you can click the monkey wrench here and then choose where it should go. So in this case, I'm just going to clear that out. And for the sake of this, if I already have my contact page created, it would look something like this. Contact us. It would look something like that. And then it would link to the contact page. But more importantly, what I want to do here is I want to change the styling. I want to change that background color. So I go to style, and then for the button, for the background type, classic is set, but that blue is what I want to change. So I click on the blue and set it to my orange. And then I do the same thing for the, border here. For the border down here, we have a border width of 1. Change that blue to orange. And then now it's set. However, when I hover, I still see the font is off. So let me go up here and let me go to hover. And I see here the text color is blue for hover, which I don't want. So let's change that also to orange. So now when you hover, that's the way I want my call to action to look. So we're done with the header here. So what we're going to do now is publish at the top right. And then you add condition to allow it to display on your entire site. So you get entire site and you hit save and close. And now your header has been saved. And if you want to see what it looks like, at the far left, you can go to Elementor, exit to WordPress, and then hover over your site name at the top left and hit visit site. And now you'll see your new header applied to your page. So this is the header that we have, and there we go. So now let's move forward and add the footer. So for the footer, I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and we're going to do the same steps. We're going to go back to Elementor Theme Builder, and the Theme Builder is going to allow us to add a footer to one of the parts on our site. So on the left side here, you want to select footer. You can go ahead and click that plus symbol. So it'll take you into the editor for the footer. And when this page loads, we're going to get this pop up, and then we have footer options we can choose from. So you can look through all the designs they have, whichever one is closest to what you have, then you can select that footer option, and then you can insert it and then manipulate it as you see fit. So I'm just going to choose this one on the right side, insert and apply. And now we can see that we have different options here. We have my logo, some text here. We have social media icons, services. My menu is here, and then how to get in touch with my copyright. So what you would do down here is you would select the box with the options that you want to change. So here, this is automatically mapped to your site logo, which is more appropriate. And then if you had a title here, you could type in your title, footer, just so you can see how that would look with your description. And then you can also update your social media links. So you have social media here. You want to make sure that you have the right links in here. So on the far left, you would click on the social media icon, and then you'd update the link here. So if I wanted to make sure we went to our Facebook page, I did that backwards. You'd go to facebook.com/chakagurus, and you do the same thing for every social media link. So if you have an Instagram, you would add the Instagram link here. If you had a Twitter, you would add the Twitter link, and so forth. And then if your social media icon isn't listed, you would hit add item, followed by hover over the icon, the default icon, and go to the icon library and choose the icon that you want, the platform that you want to link to, and then you would insert that. But we're not going to do that for today. Just letting you know the option is there. And so then for services, you would click on the services, and then you could expand out whichever information you have, and you can change the text here, so new service and so forth. And you could change all of these. You can remove them if you like. You can modify them as you see fit. Now, the quick links menu here is your menu. So your menu is also in your footer. If you didn't want this, you could just click the whole container, right click, and you can just delete the whole container and it'll go away. And so now you just have your services and how people can get in touch with you. And then if you want to modify that information, again, you just click on the element and then you modify the information on the far left as you see fit as to what you want to change it to. And then at the very bottom is your copyright. I definitely want the branding to be accurate. So I selected that box. I'm going to go to style and then change this blue back to the orange just so it looks appropriate. And same for the social media icons. Let me do that. So click on social media. Then I go to style right here. And then the secondary color here, you can see we have this blue. So we're going to change that to orange. And now it looks appropriate. So this is how you would update your footer. And you can adjust things as you see fit. If for some reason you wanted to add something else to your footer that wasn't here, you would click on, the box, and then at the top left, you click add element, the plus symbol, and you just scroll through and drag in whatever item you want it to have. So if for some reason you wanted to add a button in your footer, you'd go to the button section and drag it into whatever box you wanted it to be into. Okay. So if we added that here and say on the far left, we'd say new button, then I'd also, you can't see the text. So I click on style and under background type, this blue, I need to change that to orange so you can see it. And then the text color, we'd want that to be a white just so you can see. So you can add other elements in here as well. Once you're done, at the top right, you select publish. And again, you're going to add condition, and we want this to display on all of the pages on our site. So you don't have to add this on every page. You select entire site, save and close, and this will allow your footer to be displayed on all your pages so you're not duplicating this information. Go back to the dashboard by clicking the Elementor E at the top left, go down to exit to WordPress. And then at the top left, you hover over your site and hit visit site, and then it'll load the home page automatically. So as you can see here, we have the menu, the header that we just created. And if you scroll down through the home page we have here, we get down to our footer, and now we have the footer that we created. And that is how you add a header and footer to your WordPress site using Elementor. Stay tuned for part 3 of our WordPress Essentials for Elementor, where we're going to talk about sections, containers, and flex boxes. If this video solved a problem for you, hit the like button. To solve the next one, hit subscribe. Let's keep building.